guys, it's Amy from the Making Peace in the Pantry website. I am here with my first ever video blog, and you're going to notice there's some music here in the background. I'm a cycle instructor, and one of the things that I'm really passionate about is music and delivering messages through music. So it is giving me the opportunity to play around with both of those things for you here today. But anyway, if you've had a chance to check out the site at all, if you've read any of my blog posts or have ever attended one of my cycle classes, then you know that I talk a lot about our inner dialogue, about our mindset, and about this voice that we have inside of our heads. This voice that I've come to realize we all have, but that oftentimes isn't very nice. We call it your inner critic. And this is the voice that says your butt is too big, that your nose isn't quite right. It might try to convince you that you aren't smart, that you aren't articulate, and that you don't have anything important to say. It is the first to judge, it's the first to criticize, and it is the first to compare. And over the years, this voice has been influenced by society, by culture, by our peers. It internalizes glances, messages, words, all to mean one thing. The overarching message, the underlying theme of this voice is that in some way, shape, or form, you are not enough. But if there's one thing that I have learned that I can share with you, it's that we can challenge this voice and we can question our inner critic. I went to a book launch not too long ago for the book called The Body Temple by Ramdesh Kaur, which I'll make sure to provide for you here at the end. But when talking about these external messages that we get from society, she said something very interesting. She said that we tend to fall into one of two categories. We either take these messages and look at them as there's something wrong with the world, or we internalize them to mean there is something wrong with us. And what she said after that was incredibly powerful, because she said that 80 to 90% of women fall into that second category. And it was in that instant that I realized part of what I wanted to do as a coach is to connect with as many women out there who find themselves in that 80% category. Because you see, I get it. I understand what it feels like to have this mean and critical voice inside of your head. And so often, the way that we feel about ourselves is directly tied to our relationship with food. But it's not about the food. It has never, ever been about the food. And I'm not going to stand up here and try to convince you that I have it all figured out, because I don't. I'm still learning, I'm still growing, I'm still evolving. But I have had the opportunity to move from that 80% category to the 20%, and let me tell you, it feels amazing. I feel empowered, I feel inspired, and I feel alive. And so what I think I'm trying to say is that I want you to join me, and I want to do it together. I want to join hands and do whatever it takes to find our worth and our value from within, and to stop looking out there for what we already have deep within us. Because you see, anything that we have ever wanted, anything that we have ever needed, we already have. Right here. But it's going to take a community. It's going to take joining together, because we are constantly bombarded with messages. Messages that tell us that we aren't good enough, that we aren't smart enough, that we aren't pretty enough, that we aren't successful enough, that we aren't rich enough. And that in order to be enough, we have to be fixed because we are broken. We have to look this way. We have to act that way. We have to buy this thing. We have to be thinner. We have to be fitter. But what I'm saying is that you're not broken. I'm saying that there is nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with me. But I think there is something wrong with the world. And wouldn't it be great if we could figure this out for ourselves, so that we could pass down what we learn to the next generation, and that maybe they could figure it out a little sooner than we did, and pass on what they learned to the generation after them, and maybe they would figure it out even sooner. I am enough, believe that we are stronger